Pleasure to welcome in Vikas Khemani of Carnelian into the conversation as well. Vikas, thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us at such short notice. But just the fact that there is a bromance brewing again, that's the messages that I'm getting across from everybody. I wonder if you believe this was the missing link for an impending rally in the Indian markets.
So I think, clearly, Neeraj, of course, we all know that how President Trump kind of negotiates. He first pushes you in the corner and will try to bullies, and then I think sort of comes to the table. We saw similar pattern playing out in case of China. Of course, India did not have as much as leverage as China had. So India, I think, was patient. India was not reactive, and I think that eventually paid off. I think all of us know that India and US have a very close tie, and both nations need each other. There's no denial on that, and it was to happen this way. Obviously, question is that how fast one can sort out. So we always believe that it might take 3 months, 6 months, but it will sort of settle down. This is current 50% tariff is not sustainable from both sides, and it will get sorted out because it's just positioning being taken. So I guess it's a good news. Of course, the details will be uncertainty sort of settles down. And whether it takes 3 months or 6 months, trade negotiations do go for a very long time because there are many issues involved into that. Like UK took almost 1.5 years, I guess. So I think we should hopefully get normalcy very soon. And as far as Indian economy is concerned, I think government has done enough and more to make sure that even if that were to happen, there's no major adverse economic growth impact. So GST measure, liquidity measure, push on the infrastructure, all those things are, I think, planned well. So net, I think market should be positive. We've been positive on market all along. We've never been negative on markets all along this process. And maybe because there are a lot of shorts in the market, a lot of people are sitting on the cash in market, some bit of short covering, some bit of deployment might lead to short-term rally.
Yeah. Vikas, good morning. I'm just wondering if this is the trigger that markets need to shrug off some of those concerns, because you look at everything that's happened. Q1 maybe not as bad as expected in some parts. Then you have RBI coming in and, giving a very balanced view. You have this GST reform and markets are not moving. One big stone seemed to be this tariff. Do you think that this now is the trigger that pivots? Of course, keeping in mind that we still have to wait for the negotiations to end. This has been fraught with trouble on both sides. So we have to wait to see how it goes. But do you think that this is the trigger?
It is surely positive. I'm sure market will not say it's over. The year is behind. It's surely positive. And like I said, that as an equity investor, you dream for the day when interest rates cut down by 100 basis points, GST cut down by so, income tax last year got reduced, right? So and the government kind of being more pro-growth oriented commentary. So those are the things I'm sure will reflect, and we've always been positive on corporate earning for this current year, and we think that Indian corporate earning is in good place. I don't think there's any concern around that, and people who believe that were finding market expensive. So I'm assuming as the worries settled down, people were finding market expensive, keeping in mind very poor growth. The whole difference between 3% growth and 13% growth is 10% valuation. So I think those people will probably come in as the earnings prevail. So net, I think yes, markets bottom has been made. Now, how fast it rallies will really depend on flows and liquidity flows as well as the news flow, which currently seems to be quite positive.
Liquidity flow and news flow seems to be positive. Thank you, Vikas.